Welcome to Universal Heritage Television Nigeria. My name is Afam Echi, your host. I'm here again to bring you another interesting package of our program, Face to Face on UHTV Nigeria. In this edition, we are going to talk about the abolition of the Osu, Ohu, and Ume caste system in Igbo land. My guest today again is Professor Nwaocha Ogechukwu. Professor Nwaocha is a human rights activist, a peace advocate, and an activist for social justice. He is head of Peace Mission of Access to Human Rights International, as well as a peace ambassador of the United Nations. Sir, you are welcome to our program.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah. Please remember to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube platform. Professor Nwaocha, you've been carrying out this campaign against the abolition of the Osu caste system for some years back now, and we would like you to give us an insight into the concept. Just briefly define the Osu, Ume, and
the concept of our movement is just to abolish the practice of Osu, Ume, Ohu, and Diala in Igbo society. That's just the concept. And we have developed various strategies to ensure that we achieve the objective of our programs.
Okay. Now the practice of Osu, Ohu, and the thing you are talking about is an age-long traditional culture in Igbo land. And I don't know, what are your concerns? What are the issues for you?
Well, the major concern there is to look for a way to support the sustainability of democracy in Nigeria, and at the same time enhance sustainable or environmental sustainability in southeastern region. Because when there is a chaos in Igbo's unity and fraternity, to achieve sustainable development in Nigeria will be a very difficult issue. You cannot come you, so you cannot come you, you cannot come you, and you want me to come and vote for you. No. But when there's equality and peace and fraternity, or perhaps solidarity within families or peaceful cohabitation of Igbo families, in that case, there will be one voice, political or one marginal political voice from the Igbo society.
So, in other words, are you saying that your organization is politically oriented? That is the primary objective?
No.
To weave Igbo unity so that Igbos can speak with one voice?
Yes, but it's not mainly for political, because we are there to ensure the abolition of practice of Igbo caste system and to bring Igbo unity, to make it consolidated. That's it. But the organization is not a political one, but it's a non-governmental organization.
Okay. Now, I need to remind you that culture is the identity of a people.
Yeah.
And culture, they say, die hard.
Die hard.
You know. So how have you? What do you think this is a war you can win? Because seeking to eliminate the identity, the culture of a people.
I understand. Yeah, many held it tenaciously as a cultural heritage.
Okay.
But I know it's not a battle I myself will say I will win it. No, because it's a kind of fighting dogma. But I believe that we Igbos can win it. Okay. It's not a single man initiative. It can be achieved.
When you say we Igbos, okay, do you think all Igbo, Ndi Igbo Nine,
yes,
all Igbo are united in this fight? Do you think so?
Yeah. If the Igbos can be united, that will go a long way. And we are fighting to make sure everybody come together, because in methods for abolition, we created 3 methods. Due to peculiarity.
No, I will come to the method.
Okay, all right.
Now, let me ask, how long have you been in this struggle?
It's almost about 10 years in the program. It's over 10 years now.
Okay.
As an advocate.
Okay. It will be interesting to know your record, your success rate. How many communities have you covered, and what have you achieved so far within these 10 years?
Fine. We have visited almost between 70 to 80 communities.
In Igbo land?
Yes, in Igbo land. And we have been able to achieve successful marriages between couples of different socio-cultural background. Because, everything ends in marriage. Apart from intercultural participation. Because even if you abolish it here, we'll still wait for marriage to take place. That is where the problem is. Currently, I think we have a reasonable result.
Okay, there's something you said that everything ends in marriage. So the primary reason why you are seeking to abolish the Osuke system is because of the marital issues involved. That is because of the discrimination in marriages. Is that the objective?
It's not mainly the main objective. The main objective is to bring unity and peace in Igbo land, which I believe through marriage it can also be achieved. And I know breaking the linkages of marriage through Osuka system is another lineage, another pathway through which we can also achieve family reconciliation. And at the same time, enhance peaceful cohabitation and peaceful coexistence of Igbo families.
That's beautiful. Okay. You wanted to say, you wanted to talk about the strategies you use. I want to find out, while you explain that, take us along to how you have been able to carry on this campaign successfully. What do you do practically? Do you go on a town hall meeting? Do you go on a one-on-one campaign? Do you hold seminars? And how do you get people to accept your program? Practically, how do you do it?
Well, when I discover, after my extensive research about care system in Igbo land, I found out that this is just a dogma. And to fight a dogma, you have to be extremely diplomatic.
Okay.
It's not something you can come into and believe you can abolish it immediately. It's not easy. We venture into policy change through development of parliamentary bill. At the same time, we also venture into developing three-phase model in each community. And out of the three-phase model, we believe that every community is identified with its own peculiar culture. And that was why we developed that three-phase model. We have cultural peace authority, we have co-op theological model, which will involve engaging the SMO, the chief priest of the community shrine. We also have community participatory method, because in some communities, you will go, they don't have shrine. Yes, I know about 2 communities in Ikedru local government. I know about 2 communities in, let me put it in here, in Anambra State. They don't have shrine. And you can't force them to talk about performing rituals for whatever. They might not be interested. So we designed that method to suit the cultural peculiarity of each particular community we go into. They will also develop marriage without border. This is a very big medium to enhance marriages between couples of different social cultural background. And up till now, starting from the time I started the program till now, we have established it. We have recorded over 1,000 successful marriages in Igbo land.
That is happy about those that are discriminated against, marrying those who discriminated against. Over 1,000.
In that marriage with currently about 5 weddings will soon come up. We have recorded about 3 people of the same social cultural background and 2 from different social cultural background. Osu and Diala and Ume. It just goes like that. And I'm also surprised to see that even people from different ethnic groups in the same Nigeria are trooping in. The Yorubas are coming in, Hausas. You see young girls from Muslims, and it's a very big challenge.
Yeah, but that might, the Osu caste system is peculiar to the Igbo. It may not have any meaning to those other ethnic.
Yes, of course. We decide to make marriage without border to cut across religious dichotomy. Ethnic barriers and race. So we don't want to domicile it or limit it to social cultural boundaries. Initially, 2 Chinese were there and they've left. Somebody from South Africa has also joined. We recorded about 4 or 5 Yorubas who are there. Muslims are also there. So we are still counting. All right.
Okay, so you have sponsors locally and internationally?
Yeah, we have sponsors locally, and sometimes we have a sponsor from 2 universities in Europe.
Individuals or organizations, what are their names? If you want us to
let me put it this way: UCL, Department of History from Dr. Chiji.
What do you mean by UCL?
UCL, University College London. We also have, in fact, the reason why I don't want to go further, because most of our sponsors don't want their names published.
Okay, we can respect their opinion on that. There are no issues about that. Now, there are those who campaign, who argue against the abolition of the Osu caste system.
Yes, yeah.
Their argument is rested on the fact that they said the Osu you are talking about are like priests in Igbo land. You know, it sounds abnormal, just like you are coming up to say, okay, you want to abolish priesthood in the Catholic Church or in the Anglican communion. Yeah. So as a result, the Osu caste system should stay because they are the priests that serve the deities in Igbo land. Now, what is your position on that for those who hold this argument? Okay,
now when this argument comes up, from my research, the Osu, the people called Osu are not the chief priests. I'm not a priest.
Yeah, but they said there are those who serve the...
currently, don't we have the chief priest in every shrine? We have.
They have.
Are they called Osu? No.
Yeah.
You understand it?
Yes.
Before the transatlantic slave
they
trade,
refer to them as the children of the deities they run to.
Yes, I will put it that way. But when it comes to the affairs of Osu caste system, I divide it into 3 phases.
Okay.
We have the practicing era.
Okay.
We have the discrimination era, and we have the abolition era.
Okay.
The abolition era started from the movement that led to enactment of the law of 1956 till down now. Okay. We are on the abolition era. The discrimination era started from the slave trade when the Osu practice became despised. And each discrimination was intensified by Nzenozo in Igbo land. Then the practicing era was when Osu was accepted, because that time they were revered. They were kind of intercessory, but they were not the chief priests. They were not the priests, but they were kind of mass servants. If you compare it with that of Christian, yes, of course, they were kind of mass servants to the deity and through the priest of that shrine. Because that time they were revered. 2, during the discrimination era, they were discriminated, believed to be a hereditary cause from generation to generation. But now, my problem is now currently, do we have anybody serving in a shrine called Osu? No. The people we are working with now, we call it, are innocent citizens who don't even know what you are talking about. Then why tagging them? That stigmatization. That is of my problem. Why is that stigmatization? It's just like a political ideology constructed to influence our mentality by our ancient forefathers to continue manipulating that inter-racial politics of aristocracy. That is the way I see it. Okay. Not intra, within the Igbo politics of aristocracy, dominance. That's the way I see it. And it's just a politics, and there's nothing again.
Okay, now when you go into some of these communities, what is the level of cooperation you receive from the traditional rulers and other community leaders?
It's not easy.
How do they respond to you?
It's not easy, Sha. Sometimes most of the traditional rulers are also discriminatory. They will dodge away. Most of them will give you promise, oh, Prof, you have come. Okay, yeah, we have come. We are here to abolish the Osu caste system. That's your letter. I'm calling from Bureau for Peace and Conflict Resolution. Okay, fine, that's good. Okay, oh, I'm interested. I will call the executive. Can I speak with the executive? Yes, they will give you date. When you come and speak with them, the next time we'll call you, Prof, get your here, we'll discuss about it later. You start seeing chaos. You start wondering what is going on. Oh, yes, what is going on? I will call you. Lord. Some will even dodge you when you meet them. When you go back there, you will not see the traditional again. But I'm also happy with the way most of them are responding. At least, let me mention a name. As His Royal Highness Ezema.
Which community?
Of Omokabi Ogodo in Ngobala, and as a Professor Amobi of Orata, Obibi Orata. Okay. They are responding favorably. Okay. And I'm happy with that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when you have this kind of responses, negative response from some of these traditional, what does it say to you? How do you navigate?
Definitely, we engage the government. Because if the traditional are public servant of the government, we engage them. The Bureau will come in and they will start responding. But we want them to understand something. Forcing you to accept something that is against your belief system is different from see reason to develop conscience, than forcing. It will be as if you have been doing something out of coercion. It is better you see reason and say, yes, I am a wolf. Why discrimination? And you develop conscience for that. It will give you legacy, and it will help you to have grassroots effect than government mandated you. Or some people, or the case may be most abolitionists will come, develop some committee, try to tell the traditional. We want the traditional to spearhead, because according to the law establishing allied matter, traditional rulers and autonomous committee in Imo State, starting from the regime of Udenwa, Governor Udenwa, the traditional rulers are called chief custodian of culture. Everything, cultural practices laid in your hand. So you must spearhead. If we exonerate you and engage other people, come what may, there will be chaos. The abolitionist society will not have effect. Even if it's believed to have effect on the masses, the traditional rulers in one way or the other affected. So that is why the full participation, consent, and engagement of the traditional ruler and other traditional stakeholders in each community is very, very important.
Okay, now you refer to a kind of parliamentary bill. Yeah. Is your group initiating a bill towards that direction?
Yes, we have developed
because we do know that there is already an extant law.
Yeah, of course, of that of 1956. Yeah.
Of 1956. Yeah. They are regulating these issues.
Yeah, of course.
So how do you look at? Is that a different bill, or in addition to? So
I have studied the law of 1956.
Okay.
I have also studied most laws, and I found out there's little discrepancies.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want to close?
There's a law that has already passed second bill in Imo State House of Assembly. We also submitted our own bill to the then Honorable Egwim, who is now late. Okay. They have from Idato South, representing this in Idato South. Okay. And there's also a bill we also submitted. We want to counter that existing bill, ongoing bill.
Okay,
because you cannot tell me that you abolish Osu, you abolish Ume, you abolish Ohu, you remain silent on Diala. You can't call Igbo caste system, you call Diala. Diala is also a caste.
Okay, what do you explain that very well?
Fine. Yeah. You cannot say anybody calling anybody Osu should be penalized for 2 years imprisonment. Okay. Anybody calling anybody Ohu and you remain silent on Diala.
Okay.
You cannot fight inequality with sense of superiority. So if you abolish Osu, why categorizing Diala as part of caste system? Okay. You must abolish Osu, Ume, Ohu, and at the same time Diala. Anybody parading himself at Diala should also be penalized.
Okay. Okay, what you are saying, okay, there should be no Osu, no Ume, no Ohu, no Diala.
To give Igbo man sense of equality. Okay. Because you cannot tell me you have abolished Osu and you are still parading yourself at Diala.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So that is what the new bill
is covering. Then at the same time, everybody born in Igbo communities, in everything by birth, in any community by birth, have the equal right to cultural practices and tradition. Because in some communities, even in Abia State, even in Igbo land, we have abolished it. We can make a town union. This is somebody from Osisa family. You can make a town union. But let me tell you, last 2 years, I was called upon in a community. I don't want to mention the community in Ogba. What was the problem? This town will rule as traditional. After this one, this town will rule as traditional. After this town will rule as traditional. After this one, this person from Ndakepe, it was a problem. Why should we allow this person to become traditional in that community?
Okay.
I'm telling you what happened.
Okay, that is a situation of inequality.
Good, inequality.
Okay.
So, whatever you called Osu or Ume or Ohu, so far he was a citizen of that, he has the right to become chief priest of Ezemo. He has the right to become the traditional ruler of that community. In that case, you have abolished caste system. So this one now, I will not call it the existing one. I will not call it. I see it as a good movement, but has not hammered on the nucleus of abolition exercise in Igbo land.
Okay, we are coming to the end of this program. Before I let you go, let me remind what about the caste system that operates in other parts of the world?
Yeah,
the caste system appear to be a global thing,
and
you cannot actually shy away from it.
Yes.
Even in the so-called developed
societies.
Mm-hmm. So what about that?
Well, the care system is a global issue. Anything discrimination. Mm-hmm. I still call it till tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Politics of cultural aristocracy. Mm-hmm. It's everywhere. White man will always like to dominate the blacks with the concept of racism. Okay. India, we have it, even among the Fulanis. Yeah. In fact, in a particular clan, in either Idoma or TV in Benue State here, there's a particular family that is made only to dominate in royalty. And others are subjected to those families. It's still a kind of politics of aristocracy. And that is what we found out here. So racism, caste system, stigmatization, and every forms of discrimination, culturally oriented or traditionally oriented, I see them as cultural aristocracy. And there's nothing again.
Okay, Prof, thank you for coming to the program. But before we round off, what is one final word you want to tell?
One final word is that the whole Igbo should open their hands, because I'm not the only abolitionist. Okay. I'm not the only pioneer for abolition of the caste system in Igbo society. Okay. We have about 3 or 4 of us. They should open their hand and welcome. Whenever they come, support them. Because it is not a single man fight. It is a joint fight. Okay. To battle with dogma is a difficult challenge, let alone dogma of the heart. Not dogma of you have a religious sacred text according to 1 Peter or according to Sanskrit. Yes, no. But this is dogma of the heart. It is very difficult. Okay. And the people holding it internationally are the kingsmen in the community. So it is something everybody should cooperate, join hand, one-on-one with one mind to move towards abolition in order to bring peace and unity in Igbo land.
Yeah, Prof, thank you for coming for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Viewers, this is where we wrap it up. And you have heard Professor Nwaocha Ogechukwu talk about the efforts, the challenges in abolishing the Osu caste system. The concern is to make everyone equal. We cannot claim to be equal before God, and then we are discriminating against one another. On that note, we round off the program and say, please remember to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube platform.